Have you ever experienced a moment when someone insulted you, ignored you, or said something that ignited a fire inside you? A sarcastic remark, a dismissive smile, or a behavior that quietly wounds your self-respect. In that moment, your mind immediately says, "I'll answer right now. I'll prove that I'm not weak." But when everything is over, you realize something painful. You didn't win the argument. You only lost your peace. And then the thought appears in your mind, if only I had stayed calm, if only I had stayed silent for a moment. But what if I told you something surprising? Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Thousands of years ago, Stoic philosophy revealed a profound truth. A person's real strength is not found in defeating others, but in mastering their own emotions. In today's world, everyone wants to react instantly. On social media, in arguments, in everyday conversations, people rush to respond. But Stoic philosophers taught something very different. They said, silence is often more powerful than words. Because silence is not just a way to avoid conflict, it is an invisible shield that protects your dignity. And today, we're going to understand how silence can help you rise above insults, provocations, and unnecessary battles. When someone insults you, they usually want only one thing from you: your reaction. Anger, an argument, or even the smallest sign of emotional pain. Because the moment you react with anger, they win. Imagine you are standing in line at a busy cafe. Suddenly, someone pushes past you and cuts in front. Your anger rises immediately. You could say, "Hey, there's a line." But instead, you pause. You take a deep breath, and you tell yourself, their behavior defines them, not me. You remain silent. A few moments later, the cashier calls you forward, and the person who cut the line suddenly feels awkward. You didn't just walk away with your coffee, you walked away with your peace. But what is an insult, really? Stoic philosophers believed that when people insult others, they are often revealing their own inner struggles. Their insecurity, their ego, their anger. All of it leaks out through their words. And when you refuse to react with anger, they are forced to face their own behavior, because now there is no one else to blame. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is not become like your enemy." When you refuse to respond with anger, you are not only controlling the situation, you are conquering yourself. Because true strength is not found in shouting. True strength is found in self-control. Many problems in life happen for a simple reason. We react before we think. Someone says something and we immediately become angry. Someone criticizes us and we immediately start arguing. But Stoic philosophy teaches an important distinction. Reaction and response are not the same. A reaction is emotional. It is driven by anger, pride, and impulse. A response is thoughtful. It comes after a pause, after reflection, after understanding the situation. And that pause, that small moment of control, is where true power lives.
Imagine presenting a project you worked on for weeks during an office meeting. Suddenly, a colleague casually says, "This isn't really impressive." Anger might rise instantly. You could argue, you could defend yourself, you could try to prove them wrong. But in that moment, ask yourself something important. What are you actually doing? You are giving someone else control over your emotions. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "If someone can make you angry, they become your master." Many people think silence means weakness, but the truth is exactly the opposite. Silence often reveals a deeper strength. It shows that you are the master of your notions. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote, "If anger is not restrained, it is frequently more harmful than the injury that provoked it." In other words, our anger often hurts us more than the original insult. When you choose silence, you are not escaping conflict, you are rising above it. Silence is also a way of setting boundaries. It sends a powerful message without saying a single word, a message that says, "I will not lower myself to this level." When you refuse to react to every provocation, people slowly realize something. You cannot be easily shaken, and that is where true strength lies. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." Other people's opinions do not define you. Your character defines you. And when you remain calm and continue your path, you rise above negativity. So the next time someone insults you or tries to provoke you, ask yourself one simple question. Is this worth disturbing my peace? If the answer is no, then simply smile, remain silent, and move forward. Because sometimes the most powerful word is silence. And the person who cannot be disturbed by the words of others, the person who controls their own emotions, is the person who is truly free.